Yo, what's up, guys? In today's video, we're going to go through 5 big NBA storylines, more specifically, 5 storyline teams through the first few days of the NBA season. Now, my list I made a couple days ago, so it might not be totally dated, but I think these are 5 teams that have really been in the news. Now, the Clippers are in the news for a lot of reasons, and when I put them on my list a couple days ago, it was because they were doing positive things. Now they're doing negative things, like last night, and there's just a lot of news. I mean, a great opening win over the Lakers. You're all energized. Even you guys like Nicholas Batum. He's not known as a bad player because he's not getting paid, $25 million the Charlotte Hornets were paying him. And other guys like Serge Ibaka and Luke Kennard. And a nice win over the Nuggets. But then last night they laid an egg, lost by 51, and this is a problem. The Clippers are going to need to be consistent to win or have a chance of winning the NBA Finals or making a run. And if they're going to keep being inconsistent, they're going to stay in the news. Now, here come the Brooklyn Nets. Very impressive through their first 3 games, though they just dropped one to the Hornets last night. But overall, nothing but positive things to say about this roster. Absolutely killed the Warriors on opening night. Looked great. Did the same thing to the Celtics. Really blew away in that fourth quarter. Kevin and Kyrie looked great. Their bench unit looked great. And obviously, last night, they lost because of their bench. But Kevin and Kyrie, 2 most important players, still doing well. And the bench just didn't have their best game. And overall, I think the Nets are only in the news for positive reasons. Now, the Golden State Warriors are in the news for a lot of reasons. A little bit positive, but let's get to the negative first. So, the first 2 games, obviously, they're playing the Warriors. No, they're not playing themselves. They're playing the Nets and the Bucks. Probably going to expect them to lose those first 2. They're not the same roster, especially without Draymond Green. But they got blown out, and I know they haven't had Draymond Green, and that's really important. But Andrew Wiggins and Kelly Oubre just need to step up. And even last night, Steph Curry had to catch fire. And against the Bulls, who've not played well at all, they needed a Damian Lee 3-pointer to win. And obviously Steph Curry caught fire in that game. But if Golden State wants to win more than 35 games this season, Oubre and Wiggins, with or without Draymond Green, need to be better. So, the Rockets are in the news more for their things off the court, or what they're doing off the court than on the court. But what they've done on the court has intensified the news there. So they lost by 2. They lost by 2 points. And just lost. But James Harden had a very good showing of 44 points. And that was good. But James Harden's demanding a trade. There's some stuff going on in practice with him and other teammates. And also, there are players such as John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, Ben McLemore, and I believe there's one more player that are on the COVID quarantine list till Monday. So there's a lot of news going on in Houston, especially with the James Harden trade rumors. So the Bucks and Giannis are 1-2, but are in the news for a lot of reasons, with their acquisitions of Drew Holiday and adding Bryn Forbes to the roster. But let's get to the real news. So the first game, the Bucks looked good, but lost on a great Jason Tatum buzzer beater, and then Giannis failed to make his last free throw to tie the game. Then they dominated the Warriors, as I talked about before, and then they just lost by 20 to the New York Knicks, so they're in the news for good and bad reasons. I think they're going to be a good team, but it's early in the season, and yeah.
I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.